So, the Hebrew language in your ministry of congregation, do you give teaching, you know, do you give the teaching on this?
We don't at the moment give teachings because there's such a lot of
Spiritual.
There's such a lot of, what is the right words? Fire. Wood in the fire.
Okay.
Is that what they call it? You know, we are busy with other things as well.
Oh.
So what we don't want to tire the people with too much.
Yes.
You know, doing too much things at
one
time. Because as we know, we are living in the end time.
Yes.
And time so has become one of our enemies that runs out of us. Out under us. So we're always short of time, we're always looking for more hours in the day, aren't we? And with everybody living such rushed lives, and commitments, work commitments, family commitments, different kinds of commitments, you know, we just feel we don't want to overburden the people.
No, I understand. As pastoring them,
yes,
the congregation now. Well, Pastor Raymond and you know, you've got a compassion for the first Israelites, I will call them, the Jewish people now. That is, of course, God's first nation. Am I right here?
Absolutely.
Please explain to the viewers out there and the audience about God's first indigenous people from the Bible point of view, but not just from Israel alone, but also from worldwide. For instance, South Africa, starting with South Africa, you know, that we also the first indigenous people. Can you just brief the Khoi people? It's so briefly,
Well, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm sure there's other people that are more educated than what I am in this area or in this sphere. But I've been exposed to some teachings and discoverings and also research about our people in South Africa, who is being called the colored people, so-called colored people. Well, just as Israel is Yahweh's first people, why we say they are the first people, they were the first nation that Yahweh called unto himself as a nation. Now when we read the word will say when Yahweh called them, they were the least of the nations at the time in the world. And Yahweh called this small nation to role model to the rest of the nations how they ought to serve the true Yahweh of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. At that time, there were a lot of pagan worship. All the nations in the earth worship other gods. And so therefore, Yahweh chose Israel to represent to the nations of the world who the true Yahweh is and how he wants all the other nations also to serve him. When Yahweh called Israel, he didn't call Israel alone, only. But he called Israel to become the model nation to the other nations. So that through Israel, all the other nations will come to know this true Messiah and this true Yahweh and his son Messiah, whom we are serving in our days. Now just as Yahweh has called Israel in every nation, Yahweh has purposed to be a people that he has placed there in every nation so that they can represent him in the nations where they are. And so I just learned in 2000, in the year 2000, there was a conference, or worldwide conference, on First Nations of the earth. And what was discovered, we had a representative from the body of Messiah who went over. This was hosted in America. And this is one of our spiritual generals in our city, for whom I have a great respect, a great woman of God, a great woman in the body of Messiah. I'm not mentioning names here because I don't want to advertise, but I also would like to protect.
Yes, I know.
But, however, when she came back from this conference, she said her concern was, before going to this conference, why is the body of Messiah not producing, or shall I say, living to the standards that Yahweh has ordained for us? And this person I'm speaking about is also in deliverance and restoration. And she was saying she was questioning the Father concerning people that she takes through deliverance, but they don't maintain the ground. Now I'm not speaking normal Christians. I'm speaking born-again believers that comes from the occult world. That they come from deep things. And they come to know Messiah and they want to be rid of the occult. And they come for deliverance, but not long after they've gone through their deliverance, they are being drawn back. Not willfully, without their wills, because of things that were in their lives. And she was saying to the Father, why is this happening? Why aren't we getting a breakthrough? And why is our nation in the situation that it is? And there, when she got there, she said she realized God answered her. One of the answers she got there was when she realized who the first people of South Africa is. Now the first people that landed or set foot on South African soil were the so-called Khoi people.
Yes, you are right there.
Now we hear about the Khoi and the San. Now I'm not here to teach that kind of teaching here today, but I just need to say we need to do some research.
Can I just come in here? The pastor of the church, Pastor Samuel, he knows a lot because he explained to us this also. He's got a lot of papers, and I never had a chance just to get a paper from him to explain concerning that we are actually the Khoi people, so-called colored people are actually the Khoi people. That is the first indigenous people of South Africa, excuse me, especially in the Western Cape. Excuse me. Yes, Cynthia, thank you for the info that you've given us. We will ask Pastor Samuel next time to come and explain concerning the Khoi nation. That is the first, it is biblical. I also interviewed a leader, one of the leaders of the Khoi movement, and he brought me a Khoi Bible with their language. But he actually brought a Khoi, and he could read it because he also done research work. Same thing with Cynthia, Pastor Cynthia and Pastor Raymond has done. They've done their research work for the Hebrew Bible. This is a Hebrew Bible which is called the Tanakh. Now I want you to explain this a bit, and you know how to read it, and then you want me to open it up for you? No, not now, okay. But this is how the Jewish Bible look for the Messianic people, alright? Yeah, this is how it looks. And you read, this is the front cover, but you read from back to front, yeah. And that is the scripture. Can you just briefly read that? Because you just what it stands there for.
I think I'll let my husband do this because he's more fluent in Hebrew than what I am. But before we do that, I just want to explain The Tanakh is a Hebrew Bible, as Pastor Avril has said. When you read the Hebrew not like we do from front to back or from left to right. The Hebrew you would read from right to left.
Yes. Yeah.
And in the Hebrew, we don't say alphabet, we say the Hebrew alphabet. And as what we know in the church, we know about the Alpha and the Omega,
Yes.
which is the Greek. But the Hebrew
Yes.
says the Aleph
Yeah.
and the Bet, which means the Aleph and the Tav, sorry, thank you. The Aleph and the Tav, which is the first letter and the last of the Hebrew. So I will ask my husband to read what this is. Come. The reading of the Tanakh.
Just maybe
What
Genesis
is
1. Genesis 1. Oh, that is Old Tanakh. You can
What
just
it
give
says
me.
here, what it says in English is the Holy Scriptures, but in Hebrew it is Torah, Nava, in the Torah Navaim, Bereshit. That means Bereshit in Hebrew is the beginning, what we know as Genesis. So this is actually what it means, the Holy Scriptures in Hebrew. I would like to take you through this, but some words are also going to be tongue-tied. So I mean,
Thank you, Pastor Raymond.
The Hebrew is a difficult language, and when Pastor Avril asked me if I wanted to read from there, I quickly said no, because we still ankle deep with the Hebrew.
Okay. But your husband can
He's
read
more
fluently. He can read fluently. Isn't that awesome? Now, my next question to you, Cynthia, that when you do your outreaches in the communities and then as such, how is the people responding towards this?
I must say, this is still very strange to the church, because all we knew for all of our lives was church.
Yeah.
And we just knew about God and Jesus. So this was a great challenge to us. Let me explain how we were introduced to this. I would never in my dreams have probably ever thought that this would happen